Now let's look at how to apply CSS to BBJ web components. We saw already how to set attributes and how to apply theme colors. Now we want to do CSS on a BBJ control. I have prepared a small program with a button. This is how it looks, just a button with say hello. And let's imagine we want to make the background yellow. We do this with an external CSS file, which I'm creating now. I create a new file, call it hello button.css, and let's give the button a CSS class add style my button, and let's try to style it here in the CSS. Let's say we want to give it a background color of yellow. As we have learned before, we now have to tell BBJ to use that CSS file with our button. For that purpose, I go to Enterprise Manager, go to Web, App Deployment, Applications. Here's our application. And here in the Web App Only section of the application, I can add a CSS. Here's my CSS file in our workspace. Save it, refresh the button program, and see there is some yellowish shine and shimmer around the button, but the background didn't get yellow. Why is that? It's because BBJ components are web components and they have what's called a shadow DOM. We can inspect the shadow DOM by using the inspect of the developer tools of the browser. So let's click on the icon to identify a component, and here you see this is our button, and actually the button consists of an HTML button component that contains certain spans, and this is where our CSS should go. How do we tell BBJ to go inside the control and style the background of its canvas? In the documentation of the button, you see here on the BBJ button, there's the section Shadow Parts, and there it's listing a part called Control, which is the component space wrapper. In CSS, you can address such parts with the part selector. We're adding it to our CSS rule here, : part. And the part we wanted to list is Control. Save the file. Remember, in Enterprise Manager, we have to briefly save the CSS again so that it's honored. Hit refresh, and now our background is yellow. So we managed to style a shadow DOM part of the BBJ button with a CSS file.